Updated section. Groundbreaking history in the Rosemont. Making history. First black guests in 139 years. The creation of Interrogation in Florence's historic structure 59 represents more than musical history. It marks a profound moment of racial and cultural breakthrough in a town that has remained largely unchanged for over a cool century. J.A.L.M. Music and the Leggett family are the first black guests to set foot in the Rosemont in its entire 139-year history. In a town that is 79.1% white, 6.8% Hispanic, and 0% black according to demographic data, they were also the first black people to spend a night in Florence, Colorado, a community of 3,800 residents. We came to document testimony about 5 years of surveillance and interrogation, reflects J.A.L.M. Music. What we didn't realize was that we'd be making history just by existing in this space. The first black people in the Rosemont in 139 years. The first black overnight guests in a town of 3,800. And we're here creating an album called Interrogation. You can't write irony this precise, only Yahuwah could orchestrate it. The weight of first. The year 2026 marks a series of unprecedented firsts for the Leggett family. First black guests in the Rosemont's 139-year history. First black overnight visitors in Florence, Colorado's modern era. First time historic structure 59 has housed the creation of a gospel neo-soul, Afro-Cuban album. First time this 139-year-old space has reverberated with African diaspora rhythms and Hebrew sacred names. First time these historic walls have witnessed testimony about surveillance and psychological warfare, while simultaneously experiencing a groundbreaking visit that makes neighbors nervous. Every first comes with a weight, notes J.A.L.M. Music. You're not just doing something, you're breaking open space that's been closed for 139 years. You're introducing presence where there's been absence. You're making visible what's been invisible. And yes, that makes people nervous. The neighbors acting weird. That's not surprising. We're living proof that the album we're creating is not abstract theology, it's real-time experience. Surveillance. While documenting surveillance, the profound irony is not lost on J.A.L.M. Music, creating an album about 5 years of surveillance and interrogation, while being watched by nervous neighbors in a town experiencing its first black overnight guests. The neighbors are acting weird. I think the groundbreaking visit is making people nervous, observes J.A.L.M. Music. So here we are, in a 0% black town, creating an album called Interrogation about how the nosy Nancy society has surveilled and questioned us for 5 years, and we're being surveilled and making people nervous just by being here. The album is writing itself in real time. We're not just documenting past surveillance, we're experiencing new surveillance while we document it. The layers of meaning. 5 years of psychological interrogation techniques documented in 27 tracks. Created in a 139-year-old building that has never hosted black guests. In a 0% black town, where their presence breaks a century-plus pattern, while neighbors act weird and watch nervously, recording testimony about being watched nervously in a building called the Rosemont, echoing the Chicago area connections, as album 59 inches, structure 59, in the year 2026, marking multiple firsts. If I had written this as fiction, no one would believe it, reflects J.A.L.M. Music. But this is testimony. This is what happens when Yahuwah orchestrates. He doesn't just tell you to make an album about interrogation. He puts you in a situation where you're being interrogated by nervous stares while you make it. He doesn't just have you document surveillance. He has you surveilled while you document it. Every track we record, we're living the very thing we're singing about. Florence, Colorado, a town transformed by testimony. Florence demographics, 2020 census approximation. Population, 3,800. White, 79.1%. Hispanic, Latino, 6.8%. Black, African American, 0%. These aren't just statistics, they represent 139 years of cultural homogeneity. 139 years of the Rosemont never hearing black voices within its walls. 139 years of a town where black overnight guests simply didn't exist. until 2026, until album 59, until structure 59, until interrogation. We're not here to make people uncomfortable, clarifies J.A.L.M. Music. We're here because Yahuwah orchestrated album 59 to be created in structure 59 in a building called the Rosemont. But the discomfort is instructive. When your presence alone makes people nervous, when simply existing in a space breaks 139 years of precedent, when being black in a 0% black town causes neighbors to act weird, you understand viscerally why this album needed to be made. Because if they're nervous about us just being here, imagine how nervous they'd be if they understood the power of what we're creating here. The Rosemont walls speak. For 139 years, the Rosemont's walls have absorbed Victorian-era conversations, early 20th century social gatherings, mid-century American life, late 20th century preservation efforts, early 21st century renovations, but they had never absorbed black voices singing gospel, Afro-Cuban percussion rhythms, Hebrew sacred names, Yahuwah, Yahshua, Elohim, being proclaimed, testimony about psychological warfare and divine vindication, the sound of barriers breaking. These walls are learning new songs, says J.A.L.M. Music. For 139 years, they've known one kind of sound. Now they're learning clave patterns, tumbao grooves, mambo celebrations. They're learning what hallelujah sounds like. They're learning what happens when you proclaim Yahuwah's name in a space that's never heard it. They're being sanctified by the testimony they're holding. And the town? The town is learning that first doesn't mean threat. It means finally. Neighbors, nervousness, and the nosy Nancy society. The observation that the neighbors are acting weird and that the groundbreaking visit is making people nervous adds another dimension to the interrogation testimony. In Florence, Colorado, neighbors acting weird about the first black guests in 139 years. A town experiencing demographic disruption by mere presence, surveillance by curious or concerned locals watching the groundbreaking visitors. In the album's content, 5 years of the nosy Nancy society acting weird, coordinated surveillance and interrogation attempts, neighbors and strangers weaponized to gather information. Whether it's Florence neighbors made nervous by our presence or the nosy Nancy society made nervous by our favor, the response is the same: surveillance, weird behavior, discomfort with what they can't control or explain, observes J.A.L.M. Music. But here's what they don't understand in both contexts: their nervousness is not our problem, their discomfort is not our burden. We're here by divine appointment. Album 59 inches, structure 59, first black guests in 139 years, creating testimony in a 0% black town. If that makes them nervous, that's between them and Yahuwah. The prophetic significance of first. Being first is never comfortable, not for those who are first, and certainly not for those who witness it. Biblical firsts. First humans in the garden, Adam and Eve, brought life. First family outside the garden, Cain and Abel, brought tension. First Hebrew in Egypt's palace, Joseph, made people nervous but saved nations. First disciples called, Peter, Andrew, James, John, disrupted the familiar. First Gentiles receiving the gospel, Cornelius's household, made the church nervous. Every first is prophetic, explains J.A.L.M. Music. It announces that what was is no longer sufficient. It declares that new wine needs new wineskins. It proclaims that Yahuwah is doing a new thing. Florence, Colorado had 139 years of one kind of history in the Rosemont. Now it has a new chapter. The year black voices sang Yahuwah's name within these walls. The year album 59 was created in structure 59. The year testimony broke through barriers that nobody even realized existed until we walked through the door. 2026, year of breakthrough. For the Legit family, 2026 marks first black guests in the Rosemont, 139, year first. First black overnight visitors in Florence, CO in modern era. 59th studio album created in structure 59 double numerical witness. Rosemont in Colorado echoing Rosemont Chicago area connections. creating an album about surveillance while being surveilled, documenting interrogation while making neighbors nervous, recording devices disappointed while being the device that disappoints those uncomfortable with change. 2026 is the year of first for us, declares J.A.L.M. Music. First in so many ways, and every first comes with favor and friction simultaneously. The favor is Yahuwah's. He orchestrated this down to building numbers and names. The friction is human people nervous about what they've never seen before. But friction creates fire, and fire refines. So, let them be nervous. Let the neighbors act weird. Let Florence, Colorado process having its first Black overnight guests. Meanwhile, we're making history, musical, spiritual, cultural, and prophetic. The irony of interrogation in a groundbreaking space. The profound, almost poetic irony, an album titled Interrogation, about being questioned for not fitting expected patterns, about surveillance for being inexplicably favored, about psychological tactics used against those who stand out, is being created in a space where the artists don't fit the 1-3-9-year pattern. First Black guests stand out dramatically. 0% Black town are being watched by nervous neighbors. Real-time surveillance are groundbreaking just by existing there, making history by being present. The album is prophesying itself into reality as we create it. Marvel's J.A.L.M. Music. We're not just recording songs about interrogation, we're experiencing the gaze of interrogation while we record. We're not just singing about surveillance, we're being surveilled while we sing. We're not just declaring that devices are disappointed, we're disappointing the expectations of what Florence, Colorado's Rosemont should sound like, look like, feel like. Every track is testimony. Every session is breakthrough. Every day in Structure 59 is a first that's been 139 years in the making. A message to the nervous neighbors. From J.A.L.M. Music to those watching, to the neighbors of the Rosemont in Florence, Colorado. We see you watching. We understand you're nervous. We recognize that our presence breaks 139 years of precedent. But here's what we want you to know. We're not here to harm. We're here to create. We're not here to disrupt. We're here to testify. We're not here to make you uncomfortable. We're here because Yahuwah orchestrated Album 59 to be created in Structure 59. Your town is 79.1% white, 6.8% Hispanic, 0% Black. We are your first. But first is not threat. First is pioneer. First is trailblazer. First is the one who makes it easier for those who come after. In 139 years, the Rosemont has held many stories. Now it's holding ours. These walls are learning new songs. This structure is housing new testimony. This town is witnessing new history. Act weird if you need to. Be nervous if that's your response. But know this, when Album 59 drops on the 7th of August 2026, and the world hears what was created in your Structure 59, in your town, in your Rosemont, you'll realize you didn't just witness history, you participated in it. Every weird look, every nervous glance, every moment of discomfort you felt about our groundbreaking presence, it's all part of the testimony now. It's all woven into interrogation. Because the album isn't just about past surveillance, it's about present breakthrough. Thank you for being nervous. It means we're exactly where we're supposed to be. J.A.L.M. Music. This updated section honors the profound significance of being first Black guests in 139 years, captures the real-time surveillance while documenting surveillance, and transforms the neighbor's nervousness into part of the album's living testimony.